Yeah, we'll start off with that article.
I'm sorry.
Actually, you can switch around to you, so we space for you. All right, shalom, shalom. All praise and glory to you. All right, that's on to our pastor. That real strong peace, grace, against the Lord's legs out there, teach the word, truth, and sincerity. All right, you already know, man, we the brothers from the branch of GMS Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? Come back out here another week, man. You know what I'm saying? Same thing we always been doing, prophesying, downfall, destruction of this place, and preach to so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, that you are the true biblical Israelites according to the Bible, according to the prophecies that's written within the Bible. And you other nations, you know what I'm saying? Whether you be a so-called white person, so-called Chinese, so-called African, your destiny is slavery of one of the Israelite man and upcoming kingdom. You know what I'm saying? So I'm popping up with a few articles, and we're gonna get into some scriptures, man, like we usually do.
Yeah, this article is you can look it up. It's multiple different websites and articles on it, but nevertheless, it's by Crypto Briefing. It says Israel will ban cash payments over $4,400 on Monday. It says starting next week, Israel will prohibit cash transactions above $4,400 and business transactions above $1,760. Okay, and that's concerning cash. So again, we saw Edom moving closer and closer to the system where everything's going to be dealing with, man. Okay, limiting how much you can spend. Okay, with physical cash, man. Because a lot of people barely even carry cash around now, man. Okay, a lot of people got a chip debit card. You just walk up. Now you ain't got to swipe it no more. You can just put it next to the chip reader, man. And we understand, according to the scriptures, Revelation 13, we had talked the code. Revelation 13:16, okay, that's the sort of game, man. He's pushing closer and closer every day to that final destination. This 2 Corinthians 2, verse 11, it says these saints should get an advantage of us, but we're not ignorant of his devices.
Right. Okay? And what some of his devices, man? All right. Some of his devices is that small, tiny technology, man, which he's implementing, which the brother's going into, man.
It says the country will impose fines between 15 and 30%, okay, of the relevant transaction value on those who violate the law. So if you violate this and you want to give cash payments above the numbers they gave, man, they're gonna charge you more money, man. So what's that gonna do? People not gonna do it, man. So again, showing you, because it's always funny because people like when you talk about the tiny technology, they be like, well, they can't do that. That's my amendment. Well, is that not violating your rights, saying you can't pay for something with cash over such and such amount?
Yeah, but see, he saw it on campus. He's the one that makes the rules. See, when you make the rules, you can decide to bend them if you will. You know what I'm saying?
Look at this. And this is funny because I ain't even reading through this whole article yet, but it's going to show you how when brothers give the example how Esau can say, look, this tiny technology is going to make everybody safer. It says the law is meant to fight financial crime by promoting the use of digital payments, which are easier to monitor. You see? So he's saying he's trying to fight. Esau, he tries to, he does wickedness, but he tries to mask it like he's doing righteousness. Yeah. He said we're trying to fight financial crime using digital payments, which are easier to monitor, man. That's what we've been saying. He's trying to monitor everything you do, every single transaction, and no man might buy or sell, so he'll take for that quadrant.
Yeah, see, and that's how the serpent works, man. He says things that are pleasing to the ears and to the eyes, man. Because when you hear the article, you read the article, or they give a demonstration, whatever, like, well, they're obviously doing it to fight digital crime, so that's a good thing. So you hear that, you go like, well, they're doing a good deed, man. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing that if you pay attention to the latter part of the paragraph that the brother read, that they're gonna be able to track every purchase, man. You know what I'm saying? So that means he also can limit it what you buy, man. He let's say you bought, let's just say, for whatever reason, you're a father of a family, and you decide to buy guns for your household. We're not telling brothers to do that, but we just give an example. Let's say you decide to do that, and then he was like, well, it says here you made a purchase of 10 guns. You know what I'm saying? What do you need all that for? And then he can cut back the limit on what you buy. Or let's say you wanted to buy, a lot of flashlights, a lot of canned goods. He can limit that purchase by what are you doing buying so many canned goods? It says here you bought X amount of canned goods. So you see the danger that imposes on the people, man.
Yeah, it's saying which are easier to monitor because it's like a bank statement. Anybody got got a little bank app on your phone, you use debit card, every single thing you bought, you know your bank statement's all in there. But if you just go withdraw $100 in cash, they can't see what you bought. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be the same thing with that tiny technology, man. Every single swipe, everything you do is gonna be monitored.
Yeah, and then it like basically it's closing it's closing in on the individual, man. Because like with that technology, he'll be able to literally put you in digital slavery. What do I mean by that? You had chattel slavery, then you had like the slavery that we're in now, and then you're gonna have the digital slavery, which he'll be able to control literally everything that you do, man. Everything you see, everything you monitor, everything you hear.
Everything is on the infrastructure in place. Like girls always go into because let's see, it's gonna be the same thing. They would be the car key, everything. They can see what the certain such time every 11 a.m. You went and swipe tiny technology in your car. This time you went and clocked in word, like everything. Be doing that, bro.
Yeah. And that would make him like God. That would literally make him God, bro. Because the Heavenly Father through his angels, they see all and know all. You know what I'm saying? So what he's doing, he has CCTV or cameras every damn where on every block, everywhere you go. You know what I'm saying? He can hear things, see things.
And it's crazy because most of the cameras, though, right now, if you pay attention, are all in Jake neighborhoods. Man. You don't see the cameras on the poles out there in these Edomite neighborhoods, man. Because the target and the focus is you Israelites, man. That's why they pushing this tiny technology, man. Okay, and ultimately to play God, man. Because if they keep the Israelite man, woman, and child down in subjection as not a God, they can be God. They can continue to do
it. The 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, son of perdition. And that's going on now. We already fell away, all right, from our heritage. Now we're coming back. And in that process of us coming back to our heritage, we're revealing the true enemy. We're revealing the true enemy, which is Esau Edom. We're revealing that son of perdition, son of destruction. Verse 4 says, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is God or that is worship, so that he is God, he is as God, sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. Like the book is going into him making this MOTB mandatory. That's his number one token of him opposing himself to be as God. Because we know the Lord is omnipotent, he has access and knowledge of all things, and that's what this MOTB is going to do. That's why he wants the whole world to take it.
Psalm chapter 64, verse 1. You read the chief possession of Psalm of David. It says, hear my voice, O Yahweh, and my prayer preserve my life from the fear of the enemy. Verse 2, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. Verse 3, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. Verse 4, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect, certainly do they shoot at him and fear not. Verse 5, and this is the point. They encourage themselves in an evil manner and commune of rain spears quickly. They say, who shall see them? And the reason why I brought that out is because of the fact that Brother 22 all the cameras and technology. Like I was gonna do a video on it. Like Amazon right now, they say basically Amazon is at their doorbell with a camera. And basically Amazon been sending footage to the police. So what you think that is? You know what I mean? Like they you know, like it's so much. That's why they call it a surveillance state. You can watch He fucking found watch,
Right. And then the whole concept that Esau are trying to make it seem like it's convenient for you, when it's actually a sin that you can't repent from, that's gonna lead to your destruction. That's a snare as well, man. Because ultimately Esau know who we are. He know we the true people of the Heavenly Father, and he wants us separated from our Heavenly Father. So that MOTP is gonna be the ultimate way to separate us from the How About Shem Shah, man.
This is Psalms chapter 144 and 11. Bread me and deliver me from the hand of strange children, whose mouth speaketh vanity, and the right hand is the right hand of falsehood. Because the right hand symbolizes strength and power, man. Okay, and the people are gonna they worship the beast, and they worship Esau, Edom, and his system, man. Okay, so they're gonna think that his right hand, he's speaking as a lamb. They're gonna draw to him when he say, you know, this tiny technology is imperative to continue to live your life that you thought was normal. You know what I'm saying? So and it was a statement that you said, like it.
We're making it convenient.
No, it was something else. But anyways, yeah, so it's like it. But the point is that they pushing that tiny technology, one, to play God like the brother brought out, but two, to get the people to bow down to them. What the scripture tell you in Romans 11, I have reserved 7,000 men that will not exactly. So but he's trying to, because he know he got 2/3, bro. He's trying to get the elect. Right. So I'm saying, you know, that's what this whole thing is about. Because if he can get the elect angels, man, there's no salvation, man. I forgot what you said, bro.
Him trying to separate us from our power.
Well, yeah, in a sense, I guess. It's gone, brothers out there.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's the point. Brothers making mention of the tiny technology, man. Like it's imperative that you do not take it, because when you look at it from a spiritual standpoint, the Heavenly Father deals with covenants. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Which the word covenant is basically, you know what I'm saying? So when you take that MOTP, how would they put it? They're gonna make a decision, which is by blood. You know what I'm saying? Which all covenants, for the most part, with the scriptures, the Lord born blood. You know what I'm saying? So it's a very high level spiritual thing. That's why you still understand on the left hand side and we understand on the right hand side.
No, that's spiritual was specific. I was with the brother, the other, my cousin one from Nether Valley. He broke that down. He was like, actuality in sense. Basically, he's on Edom trying to make something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you gotta understand, their salvation is technology is salvation for the wicked on the left hand side.
Yeah.
You gotta understand, they trying to literally extend life through this shit. No,
Right. That tiny technology is like his seed, man. He's trying to plant the seed into the elect woman or a woman of the Most High. He's trying to keep the woman of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Keep the spiritual fornication. Spiritual abortion.
Yeah, well, it really is his mark.
Right,
That's
right.
You know, the Lord got the Thawa, which is exempt from judgment. That's the spiritual mark.
Right.
And then Esau got the physical mark. You know what I'm saying? Which that thing. Get your piece of that.
Here's Revelation 13 and 16. He causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that hath the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Man, that's exactly what we was going into, just being the actual precept about this kept mentioning over and over again with science technology, man. All these different code words you got to use. You know what I'm saying? But as we heard the apostles break down the word over and over again, Paragma, going back to the word rocks. All right? This is what this is talking about, man. And this is, we're seeing it actually become a reality. Again, this article was posted 20 hours ago, man. This is happening in real time. They certain cash payments, man. Okay, this is a lot.
They say, because I think because correctly, I think the Hebrew word is war. Right, it's war. And when you go into that word, in Revelation 13, it goes into like a cave, like a cavity. You know what I'm saying? So like when you look at it spiritually, that's like when it's hot outside, you go into a cave or some type of, that's like a shelter in a sense. You know what I'm saying? So like the scripture talk about woe to them in Isaiah, that cover up. Cover that's not agreed. So that's what people are gonna use as a covering to continue to move in society, man. Feed their child, you know what I'm saying? Continue to work, you know what I'm saying? Continue their lavish life, you know what I'm saying? Because Esau pushed that lavishness, 100%. Yeah, exactly.
Would you ever I'm done. Okay, all right. Let's go to that. chapter. Okay, good. All right.
It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 3, verse 17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me.
Right. See, this is our job, man. If you have somebody that comes up and asks us, we had it happen 4 or 5 times, why y'all out here, why y'all doing this? We set up as watchmen, man, to tell you what's happening in the news and how it links with biblical prophecy, and we're telling you the repercussions if you decide to go against the Lord, man. You know what I'm saying? There's our people, they don't, a lot of our people don't even believe in the Lord no more, man. A lot of our people are atheists, you know what I'm saying? Or they yeah. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them don't even believe in the Lord, they don't believe in the scriptures. They say that's outdated. Oh, the Lord, man, with that Bible like to do in modern terms, with all that other crap, man. Like, look, man, these scriptures are going, if you're part of the elect, they can petition, but they are, if you're part of the elect, they're saved, man. Simple as that, man. The scriptures say it's going to make you wise to salvation, man. You know what I'm saying? One of y'all hold James 18 or 121. Oh, there, give you what you have.
Yeah, I do got it. This is Revelations 19 and 20. Oh, okay. Revelations 19 and 20. It says, and the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, 19:20, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, and them that worship his image. These both were cast alive into a lake of fire, burning with brimstone. Yeah, so both of them, the ones who worship the system and who receive the mark, because ultimately, to prove that you're down, you're gonna have to receive it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to show some form of proof. Okay, because Esau requires it just like the Most High requires it. He's trying to be the Most High. Okay, in which we all know the false prophet is the Catholic Church. Okay.
This is Revelation 14 and 8. There followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. He shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels in the presence of the Lamb.
Yeah, so look, that's the repercussions of it, man. If you take that chip, man, for whatever reason, you're gonna die, man. And you're gonna die in that thermal nuclear fire, man. And it say too, you're gonna be tormented in the presence of the angels and the Lamb, man. Yahweh Shai, he gonna see you, man. He gonna see you dying, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, that parable in there we're talking about, drinking the wine. When you drink wine is very bitter, especially back in the ancient world. It's very bitter. So it's comparing that judgment to bitterness. You know, when it says it should be poured out without mixture. When you drink something bitter, you try to find something to chase it with. You want to find something to cut it with, like some orange or something. But this judgment, you can't cut it with nothing, man. It ain't gonna be no chaser for your judgment. Ain't gonna be no type of numbing agent for the bitter judgment that these people gonna receive for taking the MOTP, man.
We go to the book of Revelation 16, chapter, I think the second verse, to say grievous swords. So, hey, quick preview. Finish that. Okay.
It's Revelation chapter 19. Revelation chapter 19, verse 20. Oh, sorry.
I mean, you can bring stuff out.
No, you got it. I'll bring out the 16. Revelation chapter 16, verse 2. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sword upon the men which have received the mark, the MOTB, and upon them which worship his image.
Right, because certain angels, all right, when you read the chapter, there's certain angels that got the Lord appointed over fire, and it says certain angels that certain veils and stuff like that. They're gonna basically different elements, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Then when that time comes, the Lord gonna basically let them angels unleash, man. You know what I'm saying? Because everything's controlled and dictated by the angels, man. You know what I'm saying? Through the spirit power, Yahweh Shemel Shah, of course, the Heavenly Father through his son gave the angels charge over the affairs of the world, if you will, man. You know what I'm saying? Just like how demons got they hop on people, they do particular things. Well, there was angels, because remember that's what Satan told Yahweh Shah. He said Satan told Yahweh Shah, he said, is it not written, I will give my angels charge, over you. Basically, it's angels that have us do particular things, and there's spirit, there's left hand angels that have people do particular things, man. You know what I'm saying?
I think when we said in the scripture, in 2 Kings, talking about something on Ahab going to the battle.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So we're the Heavenly Father has angels over, like literally over the brothers to keep them in their right mind, man. To keep them in their right mind and keep them on that good path, on that straight and narrow. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't up to us. You know what I'm saying? Like this thing that we're doing, our identity, even when you have particular thoughts, man, like you read the scriptures, a thought comes to you, and you be like, damn, think that with this precept, that's all the Lord working on your mind, man. The Lord open your spirit up to receive these revelations, to receive the things that he wants you to know, man. You know, because you can't just be a regular person and figure this out, man. It won't work, man. The Heavenly Father has to send the Holy Spirit, and the Spirit guides your mind on what to think and what not to think, man. Because everything is based on the prophecy. The prophecy was that it will fall away from our inheritance, for it will revert into the latter days. For certain man to connect to them. And the scripture also talk about, like you said, the scripture talk about how the Lord promised. So, like you said, the Lord don't open your eyes. Won't get it. Yeah, never get it. That's why these people are here. They walk past the camp and they don't see what the hell going on, man. Even though it's all in the news, and then we tell them what's happening in the news. Okay, that's happening because of this, man. They don't believe though. That's Hebrews 4 and 1, man. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I'll line it up for me. Give it to you guys.
What's that song where what is it in the Old Testament? Remind me for the angel blinded. Damn, man.
Just try that.
Ezekiel 12:22 says, "Son of man, what is that proverb that ye have in the land of Israel, saying the days are prolonged, every vision faileth?" Okay, that's exactly what the majority of our people do. They mock, even amongst the circumcision. Man. Most know the Israelites, they mock this specific prophecy. Like Apostle Paul goes into, this is the last major one before your house like comes back, man. This one time Jacob's trouble, Esau comes down with great wrath. You know what I'm saying? So it says, "Tell them therefore, this saith Yahweh Shemel Shah power, I will make this proverb to cease, and it shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel, but say unto them, the days are at hand, and the effect of every vision." So this is literally gonna come to pass, man. This gets like the brothers always bring, elders brothers always went to, like forefather John the Revelator saw, you gonna see people line up taking tip, man. Okay, and like I'm walking before he had that vision, man. Okay, he said he saw a bunch of people line up to take that time technology, man. So if people gonna manifest in real time, we gonna say this. Oh, they ain't gonna be no trick, brother. You know what I'm saying?
They go. Well, I never heard of that. Well, no, you can't say that day. The Lord sent the prophets out, like literally for decades, man. The elders been going on since the 80s. You know what I'm saying? And then even before them, they're elders, man. So you can't say you didn't know about this technology. That's what the grace period is for, man. This grace period is for you to get yourself in alignment with Yahweh Shemel Shah and his will, man. You got to redeem the time, man. But a lot of our people, man, it's like these people, they just looking for the average. The average person is looking for a good time, man. They don't give a damn about what the bigger matters at hand. You didn't give a damn about what bills and laws are being regulated and passed and vetoed amongst their presidents, man. You think they care about the affairs of the world, man? No, man. They're looking for, you know what I'm saying, the next concert, next basketball or football game. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, basically they kicking. They want to kick it. The bread and circus, man. Party and bullshit, man. Meanwhile, this devil, this nigga they get mad, especially years ago when brothers first came in. Used to watch them Jason Ed videos like every day, man. They show you the tanks rolling in the cities. You know what I'm saying? They got these big ass caskets. They can fit 3 or 4 bodies in there. The government ordering them hollow tip bullets and shit, man. See, these people we're talking about, you can say you don't believe in the Bible all you want, man. You know what I'm saying? Like they be like, well, I don't believe in the Bible. people will say that, well, okay, you don't gotta believe the Bible. The things that the government is doing is happening. You can't not deny that. You can't deny the proof that's literally happening. It's just if you don't believe the Bible, that's what you do. You know what I'm saying? Right. And that's even more. That proves the validity of the Bible even more, man. Because we link it with the scriptures, but we like you said, Hebrews that 4 and 1, man. You can't beat that Bible shot, man. Y'all got it, man.
You don't believe in God, something happened in the first thing. What they do, pray to God. Oh God.
You got it.
Yeah, this, Hebrews chapter 4, verse 1. It says, it says, let us therefore fear, lest a promise bearing left us of entering into his rest. Any of you should seem to come short of it. For unto us was the gospel preached, as well as unto them. But the word preached did not profit them, not being mixed with faith in them that heard it.
See, there you go. That's the point, man. It ain't profit them because they didn't have the faith behind it, man. Because you can hear this Bible, you can read it left and right, but if you don't got the faith and mixed with it that you need, which is the ingredient for Yahweh Shem Yahshua to accept you, then it won't make sense. You just be like, oh, you know. I mean, I read that Bible before, but you don't believe, man. That's what it is, man. They got some good points, but like a lot of people, man, it's just to them, it's just a book, man. You know what I'm saying? They don't believe that it was a man named Yahushua that literally walked the earth that was healing people. You know what I'm saying? That created everything with the Elohim. They don't believe that, man. They believe the Christianity version that they was brought up in the school system, man. You know what I'm saying? That Jesus, that so-called Jesus, the white man, they don't believe in the actual true doctrine of Yahweh Shah, man.
They don't have it.
And then too, on top of that, you gotta be first of all, you gotta be an Israelite, man. To even when the Lord even like something on that level. Because you can be a heathen that believes on what we're talking about, but it ain't gonna really click with you. You know what I'm saying?
I don't believe in the wisdom of Solomon or Ecclesiastes. Talk about how the Lord sent wisdom the rest of the nation of Israel.
Try to see if you find it.
It's Romans chapter 10, verse 17. So then faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of Yahweh. So in order for you, the word has to be preached. In order for you to get the faith, you got to hear the word being preached. You got to hear it being broken down the correct way.
St. John 7 and 16, Yahweh shall answer them, my doctrine is not mine, but his that sent me. Right, so we come in that same vibration, which the doctrine belongs to Yahweh, man. Okay, so it's only one doctrine, it's only one Yahweh. Okay, it's not many doctrines and many gods, man. Even though people pray to many gods, there's only one power. You know what I'm saying? So we come in that same state. St. John 17 and 6, I manifest thy name unto the men which thou hast given me. That name is a reputation, a vibration, okay, which is the doctrine of life.
Because when you go into it, like whenever you get introduced to somebody for the first time, like, there's a reputation behind the name. You know what I'm saying? Like say you think of Michael Jordan, what's the reputation behind him? Basketball. You know what I'm saying? Hella accolades, him running his shoes. So here in Yahweh Shem Yahshua, there's a reputation behind that as well. When you read the Old Testament, especially the Old Testament, you read about how the Lord was, you know what I mean? How the Lord did magnificent works, how he was judging the heathens, how he helped Israel, and how he did this and X, Y, Z. So you get the name and you get the reputation behind the name, who he is, what he likes, what he don't like. So that's why these people don't understand that, man. You know, you read about God, man. God has a chosen people. You know what I'm saying? He has a chosen plot of land. You know what I'm saying? He has a plan for those people that he chose, man. Which is for us to rule in the upcoming kingdom, which is that transition that is happening right now, man. Right through there's so many Israelites that wake up to who they are, man. That's part of prophecy. That's Ezekiel 37th chapter. You got something going?
I had something for you. It's kind of a little bit further back, and you basically was going into the fact that I'm scriptures I can deal with real life events. Yeah. Basically, he was talking about how basically people they don't look at the news and see how these different things not only relate to the scriptures but relate to how it's actually going to physically affect them. You know, they got this article because remember, like it was like 2 camps ago. We was going into that pipeline got closed off. It got turned back
Nord
on.
Stream 1.
And Nord Stream 1, they got turned. They just turned it back off. It says, yeah, that's weird. It says U.S. It's an article by CNN. It says U.S. officials say biggest fear has come true as Russia cuts gas supplies to Europe. All right. Okay. It says I just want to stick down and get to the point. On Monday, Russia's state-owned gas company, Gazprom, said it would cut flows through the Nord Stream 1 pipeline to Germany in half to just 20% of its capacity. A U.S. official said the move was retaliation for Western sanctions and that it put the West in uncharted territory when it comes to whether Europe will have enough gas to get through the winter.
Right, and that was the spirit I said I was going to that. That Nord Stream, that's N-O-R-D, that's how you spell it, Nord Stream 1. And they were talking about getting Nord Stream 2 pipeline. The Nord Stream 1 runs from the north of Russia and it connects to Germany. And it supplies other EU countries. Now, what that means for Europe, in particular Germany and other little small countries over there in Europe area, is that a lot of people are not going to be getting gas in the winter. You know what I'm saying? Like these brothers been paying attention to what happened over the past couple of weeks. They cut the pipeline. Russia cut the gas pipeline 10 days to Germany, so they didn't receive that gas and stuff like that for those 10 days. They cut it back on. So now, like I said, the big focus now is that the EU is scrambling to try to come up with a plan to basically get Germany and other EU countries to receive gas during the winter. That's the thing right now. They're like, okay, so if Russia is supplying Germany and other EU countries gas, how can we get it to where if they do decide to cut it off completely, like how they did, how will we get those people gas, man? Because the people don't fucking you can't survive over there without gas, man. In the winter.
I was about to say, in America, should be like helping them back up. Basically, all the European nations joint what you saw. So then that's gonna make the European nations not want to fuck with America no more, but they ain't doing shit to help.
It's basically what America been doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so that's why Putin is constantly making these statements. Putin doesn't call himself a president, but he calls himself a ruler. Like, so literally, like, what he did was basically like the pressure about it. So, like, make him basically bow. Just like you said. Do you understand the condition over there? So when no gas, no heat, and then they talk about in Russia, the energy is so cheap because the abundance of there. So yeah, serious shit happens.
This is all chess moves if you have about Shimon Shah. I'm gonna read some more part of this paragraph right here. It's gonna go into exactly what Shamari has mentioned about the fact that it's gonna make American allies look at them crazy, man. It's like, look, you're getting us in situations due to you want to put sanctions on Russia. It says this was our biggest fear, said the U.S. official. The impact on Europe could boomerang back onto the U.S., spiking natural gas and electricity prices, the official said. Here's the point. It will also be a major test of European resilience and unity against Russia as the Kremlin shows no signs of retreating from Ukraine, man. Okay? So it's a major test of European resilience, man. Because again, like brothers in the policy that they're going into, the more these different things happen, again, it's all chess moves if you have about Shimon Shah. The more they vacuum them in the corner, like, man, look, man, they're gonna weigh their options on the table, like, man, it make more sense for us just to ally with Russia, man. Because here it is, all these fucking problems are coming because we keep getting all the way to the West, America specifically, okay, to the horde that rides the beast. We keep following them, they get us all these problems, man. So everything, we gonna join with Russia, man. That's in the scriptures when Revelation, what the beast I hate before? Yeah, 17.
And then too it's just like, see, and this is the thing, like this is why you gotta remain a watchman, man. Because you gotta pay it. Like I know that's I ain't gonna lie, man. That shit be boring sometimes, man. But you gotta fight through that though, man. You gotta pay attention to what's going on, man. And some brothers they got the spirits where they're more in tune with certain geopolitics and shit like that. But you gotta at least make an effort to pay attention to them big things, man. The big person sometimes that shit get like to the point.
That's because Esau used these big, tremendous words, and he trying to make it seem more than what it really is. Not simplifying the problem or the situation.
And that's how the serpent works. Like the serpent speaks with like a forked tongue. He speaks in a way to where you gotta learn the vernacular. You gotta learn what he means by certain wording and shit.
I just had scripture that you said that you watch. Yeah, this book of Second Ezra, chapter 9, we start at verse 1, and it reads, He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past which I told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it's the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Like read, go to Second Ezra 8 and read the last verse. Yeah, last verse. Right. That go right into verse chapter. This is Second Ezra chapter 8, verse 63, and it reads, I'm gonna start at verse 62. These things have I not showed unto all men, but unto thee. And if you like me, then answered I and said, Behold, O Yahweh, now hast thou showed me the multitude of the wonders which thou wilt begin to do in the last times. But at what time thou hast not showed me?
Yeah, see, because this thing, man, it's like it's man. When Babylon falls, man, it's gonna be man. It's gonna be like shit, bro. Like, cause you like pay attention to the elders, Recording Quantum, and Elder Ariel. They've been going into the algorithm, like study like Sri Lanka, man. So like, look what's happening over there, man. They stormed the damn the president, house, his mansion. You know what I'm saying? They had to do fleeing. You know what I'm saying? Storming. Yeah, that's that insurrection that's being roused up by the people. You got Panama over there, people over there fucking going crazy. So it's like when America, when that shit happens over here, man, it's gonna man, bro.
It's gonna be 100 times worse because you gotta understand a lot of them people, they don't have arms and guns and extra. So they doing this just on spirit. Like, yeah. But just imagine these Edomites lose everything. They talking about shit. They talking about people with salaries of $250,000 is looking check. You know what I mean? Like real talk. So because basically America's a pipe dream of losing. You got all these people thinking this magical credit system, you can live above your means, and now when everything is fucked up, like layoffs is coming. Yeah. What the fuck y'all gonna do then?
Yeah, the article just came out saying we're in a recession. Yeah. What you gonna do, man? You know what I'm saying? Because right now we can still go to Kiko's, and you know what I'm saying? You sitting at the little table, drinking your orange juice, chilling. Yeah, man. Smoking a cigarette.
Oh, like you seeing these goofy ass people do now. And then, like, and then on top of that, you got this second lockdown coming out. It was just last week. I'm watching everybody walk around. You go into the hospitals, these public facilities and whatnot. Nobody wearing a mask. Just that quick, who said something, and now everybody back with his mask. What do you think about that?
Yeah.
I mean, this shit telegraphed so easily. Like, flying motherfuckers.
They got it.
Yeah, because they got their mind. That's why it's a blessing to actually be awakened to what's going on.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah, because you ahead of the curve.
I'm going to start it back up. This is Second Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. And reads, He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the times past, which is prophecy.
Yeah, it's like how you gonna measure something, bro? Like, you know what I mean? You well, in this particular case, you measure it with the prophecies, man. You measure it because, like, let's say, for instance, if you had a timeline, everybody know what a timeline is. You know what I'm saying? Now the Lord got a timeline to where things, the beginning of time, all the way to the end. Now, you as a man of the Lord, you should be able to know, okay, what time we in. You should be able to measure, okay, that happened already. You know what I mean? We're in the process of this happening. And then we all know what the end goal is, man. Yahweh shall come back, Babylon being destroyed, and then the kingdom of heaven comes, man. So you should know how to read this timeline, man.
Yeah, that's how a lot of people that's how a lot of people get the process confused, because they try to mix different time periods with, well, this was way back when, this, that, and the third. No, you gotta know the context that you read and the spirit that tells you. Give you the understanding and wisdom of what time period you're reading about.
Yeah, it's obvious to see. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you really look, it's like, damn, this is talking about that. Yeah,
But it's obvious to us.
Right.
It's not obvious to you. We got the spiritual outside. Yeah, I mean, like, really, like, when you really see it, really, like, some days I just be like, wow, the Lord knows.
Yeah, no, he is, bro. Because you got people out here, like I said, you got people that can pick up this exact same book, bro, and they can just be confused as hell. And then meanwhile, you know, brothers, we can go through it, and you understand what's going on. You see, like, bro, that's why the Lord said, bless your eyes, man. Like, bro, everybody can't do that, man.
I was trying to say, You said you can discern the
Second Ezra chapter 9, verse 2. Then shalt thou understand that in the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which made. And the Lord visiting right now, prophecies and the things that's going on in the world. Verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars, meaning brothers brought up the uproars, Panama, Sri Lanka, and then like I said, it's little protests still going on now in Babylon.
Yeah,
They're not
broadcasting.
Right. The verse says, uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of them. Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee.
That's the old. That's when you get that old moment, man. Bring that part back.
Let me bring it over back. This verse 4, it says, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee.
Right. So when you seeing the shit that's happening on TV, and then you go to your Bible and you read, you be like, oh, okay, damn, this is that time, bro. Then you get that. Brothers know I call it the old moment. You get the spirit hits you by, okay, I see what the Lord talking about.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
because you might not get it for a while. It's the point in time where it just hits you.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
oh, okay.
Yeah. It's like it's like when you sit there and then you get drunk and like in that moment hits you like, oh,
The moment of clarity.
the moment of clarity. That's what some people call it. You like, yeah, I'm fucked up, bro. Some people they hit them. You like, yeah, I'm fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So the spirit be liking up to that, like where the spirit hits you and you read and you looking at the TV, you seeing all the shit that's like, damn, bro, it's that time. It's it right here, man. So that's why when you hear Apostle saying you ain't gonna have to ask when you get in trouble. You gonna know, man. You know what I'm saying? You gonna be like, damn, this is that time, bro. Hey, one day she about to get burned. Yeah. This is the time. Yep. Yeah, you know when your woman is about to drop, man. The signs are there, bro. You know, the contractions.
They know too. Like I said, like I remember when I was homeless and my demon had pregnant with my first child, and like I said, we sitting there, she just started singing, and then her water broke. You know what I mean? So I'm like, damn, you know what I mean? I really didn't know, you know what I mean? But until after I seen the word breaking, but like they so like you said, they don't know.
They don't know.
Yeah, but and I forgot what the brother name is. He just did a video about the uproars. Like he said, basically, you got these uproars that we just mentioned, but it's uproars that have been spoken on, and there's never been this many uproars at one point in time. All basically in regards to the same shit. All the citizens feels got away because
Yeah, and Elder Mark uploaded that video. He was saying, like I think like 60 or 70% of Americans are ready to take up arms against the government because people tired of this shit, man. This nigga is taking away like just basic necessities, bro. And then he's forcing people to live a lifestyle that he's pushing, man. A lot of people, man, a lot of people shit, they ain't even with the shit that they see on TV, bro. But they like see Esau is good at pushing narratives, man. He knows how to like everything is calculated, man. He'll interview somebody that you think is a random ass person, but he an insider or the person has already been briefed on what's about to happen. So you watch the news, you think it's a random motherfucker that's going into the thing already been briefed, man. Yeah, he is, bro. He a crisis actor, man.
Yeah, because I've been on the news a few times. Shit, when I was in that fire and different shit. I seen a RTA nigga have a heart attack and die. He crashed into the phone and shit. And that's what they did to me. They was like, yeah, you know, we're gonna ask you this question. And then they turn the camera on.
And see, it's people that's beyond that level though. So they're literally Asian provocateurs. You know what I'm saying? And they like I said, they've got something called a crisis actor, man. Where like the nigga, his whole job and occupation is to come out with certain scenes. You can look shit up, man.
Nah, this is just like not to go off topic, but like when you go into these different entertainers, they don't just really. I mean, no matter how talented you are, you normally don't. That's why they got talent scouts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's why most of them know them little Sonic handshakes and shit like that. Cause it's all a brotherhood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when you go into, I think what was that nigga Juice WRLD? He was related to Young Dolph. You know what I'm saying? So like it's very rare that you just go out there on your own. It's usually bloodline shit. That's what I mean. Yeah, that's what the brother did, right? But and that's the spirit because since we're speaking on Sri Lanka, like basically they just said the new president is basically a part of the World Economic Forum. So you know,
they replaced that.
So basically, they saying that his whole agenda, he's not about to play with it. He's about to come down with martial law. You know what I mean? 'Cause they about to have to. So again, and all these different countries, basically they going bankrupt, don't got no money, and that's about to happen here. What do you think these people want to do? They gonna do the same shit. That's why Esau is preparing for martial law. You know what I mean?
Bro, and China, India is one of the biggest countries in the world, man. Hold the most people. And China, they are holding their money. You know what I'm
I did a
saying?
video on it.
How much more America, man? You know what I'm saying? And China, you know what I'm saying? So like, people gotta think about that. You know what I'm saying? You don't think about shit like that. You're gonna have bank runs,
And that's what's going on right now. So, this I'm gonna bring it back to where it says, then shalt thou will understand that the Most High spake of those things in the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Verse 5, for like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. Meaning manifest, meaning beginning to appear.
Yeah.
So we seeing it, like you said, it's evident. You see it, if you got the spiritual ourselves, you in the spirit. Nigga ain't gonna see it. The nigga up here trying to figure out another way to get this paper money.
Yeah, he's gonna try to get around it. And the crazy thing is the ability that Yahweh Shemel Shai gave mankind in general is the ability to manifest something. You know what I'm saying? Like that like when you think about it, that's amazing, bro. You can think about something and then over time, like the Lord will give you the spirit to where you can bring it to life. You feel me? Like you might be thinking about a car, a concept of a car, and then the Lord will put it in your spirit to actually come up with the fucking car in reality. Like, damn.
Or even if, like you said, thinking of a car, you want to buy that car.
Yeah.
And then years later in life, you go get that exact car.
It's amazing, bro. You know what I'm saying? A person have a design structure for a building, you know what I'm saying? And then the Lord will put in their spirit to actually come up with that little design, you know what I'm saying? And then the building will appear out of it like, damn, bro. So that's what we're doing. We're speaking, we're manifesting the kingdom of heaven right before God. They don't even know it, man. You know what I'm saying? But
It's Matthew 16:2. He answered and said to them, when it is evening, they say it will be fair weather, but the sky is red. And in the morning, it will be foul weather today, but the sky is red and lowering. Oh, ye hypocrites, they can discern the face of the sky, but can ye not discern the signs of the times? Okay, that's like you see. We're missing the signs of saying not as well. I got this article real quick that's posted yesterday. Interesting engineering.com. It says Earth is suddenly rotating faster in the shortest day that's recorded, man. So that's another sign. But what precept automatically comes into mind, man? What? Lord is showing the days for your elect's sake, man. Okay, and look, if he is showing the days, no flesh shall be saved. No, so all these are signs in the scriptures, bro.
yeah, and, you know, we right back in camp, bro. You know what I'm saying? It seems like it's like that every day. You know what I'm saying?
These are flying by, man. And why is that? Because how about Shai is hasting the time to bring these prophecies to pass, man. Again, that's why we're seeing all these different, you're talking about wars and rumors of wars. We mentioned the thing with Russia, the pipeline, etc. It's major tensions between these nations, man. I don't know if brother's seen that with Kim Jong-un in North Korea. He's just talking about they got the nuclear deterrent, man. He's talking big shit, man. He's talking about we got the nuclear deterrent if the U.S., United States of America, Babylon the Great, wants to try anything, man. Talking about using nuclear missiles. When has this ever? It's been nuclear talk for the last couple months, like every single day, bro.
Yeah, I will agree. That's what we say on the phone. That's what they doing, man. You ain't hear about this kind of stuff. Like some shit just like 5-10 years ago, man. You know what I'm saying? So these nations are gaining, they letting they shit hang, man. Okay, because they know it's about that time, man.
That's fair that you brought out North Korea, but I mean, shit, look at China. China say if you come over here, we're gonna shoot that bitch out. Like, for some, letting them hang, like, fuck what you talking about. So let's see what America's gonna do. And I did a video because Trump made a statement. He's like, basically, America's been brought to the moon.
Yeah, because you saw Iran, Russia, they was holding hands. Turkey, Iran, and Russia. For the biblical prophecy, right? But what's crazy about it is a lot of people don't know that they was trying to do an alliance some years ago. America put a section to stop the former alliance on paper what they was trying to do. That's why they did what they did now when they was holding hands and shit, because it came back full circle. They say fuck your sanctions, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Like that.
Yeah. So that's what that was about.
I got the actual post for Kim Jong-un. This posted a couple days ago, 2 days ago, I believe. It It says, this is actual quote. It says our armed forces are thoroughly prepared to respond to any crisis, and our nation's nuclear war deterrence is also fully ready to mobilize its absolute strength faithfully, accurately, and promptly to its mission.
And see, there you go. See, these brothers, the brother quoted Joel in the 3rd chapter. These nations, they're now developing, sophisticated deterrents, man. Which that main deterrent is that nuke, man. You know what I'm saying? Which is known in the scriptures, they call it an arrow, man. Get this real quick, guys.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 8, verse 5. Whoso keepeth the commandment shall feel no evil thing.
Right, because the times that we're approaching, you best believe it's gonna be evil times, man. Which evil is bad, man. Bad times, man.
And a wise man's heart discerneth both time and judgment.
Right, so you can't be like these people in the world, man. You can't be, it says a wise man's heart discerning both time and judgment, man. You gotta, shit, even when you at a little bar or some shit, man. You gotta, you see shit, you know what I mean? A nigga over there arguing with another nigga, yeah, he's all right, man. You know when shit getting hot, man. You know what I'm saying? But all right, man, fuck out of here, man. Niggas about to start shooting shit. Which you should try to avoid those. You should try to avoid those areas, but you can't help it. Some niggas be every damn where, man. But you gotta discern your area, man. You gotta be circumspect, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's why the heart talk about the mind. Heart, it's a vessel. Your heart can't discern. So your heart can't, break down thought process. What's good, what's bad, what you should do, what you shouldn't do. That's the power of the mind. Heart, the muscle. Right.
That was it on there, right? Oh yeah, Con, let me get this real quick, man. Then we'll get that on the Revelation. That we mentioned the Russian situation, right? Now, when you type in EU countries, regular Google search, EU countries, which EU is European Union, which is mentioned in the scriptures. It says European country that receive gas from Russia. Now it says the largest importers of Russian gas from the European Union are Germany and Italy. Now, when you jump down, accounting together for almost half of the EU gas imports from Russia. Other larger Russian gas importers, which is importers, somebody brings something in, importers in the European Union are France, Hungary, the Czech Republic, Poland, Australia, and Slovakia. Now, France, Germany, and Italy, those are all part of the EU. You know what I'm saying? Which is the 10 horns, man. So that what do you think that's gonna cause, man? Like it's gonna cause tension. You're right. It's gonna cause tension between Russia and America, which is the woman that rides the horse. So it's gonna cause even more friction, man. That's what Revelation 17 chapter. Whoever got it, bring that out. Yeah, Bob shot. We're lining up the things that are happening because you might be watching that shit. Like, okay, all right, what the fuck is going on? Yeah, so
different nations.
Yeah, man. But see, this all come from you gotta keep up with these things, man. That situation, we just watch, man, in the up and coming weeks, especially upcoming, I'm gonna say months more so, like leading towards fall and before the winter comes. Like I said, the EU is scrambling right now to try to get a better situation for the gas and Germany and the other European Union countries, man. And Russia right now, like I said, they're like, man, fuck y'all. So like I said, eventually, somewhere along the line, America's gonna probably step in, or they're gonna send one of the alliance from the European Union to try to straighten the situation out, man. And you know, Vladimir Putin, he ain't budging, man. That nigga's still salty about the sanctions, man. You know he's still salty, man.
Because the scripture said, we know the scripture says the least of the prophet brought them out. So something's also going to happen with Israel. Yeah. Israel is going to do something or cause something where America has to intervene, man. You know what I'm saying? Because they got that alliance, and that's biblical prophecy. This is because you got a lot of tension over there too. See, because that's a lot of news covering over there in Israel. There's a lot of shit going on over there right now. Iran, Israel.
And then that guy that was speaking on the president is just like, it is. Yeah, he's a so-called Jew, man. That J double O, man. I think the elder Corey Plum brought it out, man. And then the dude, Vladimir Zelensky, the president of Ukraine, father. He's a so-called Jew, man. And it's like these aren't just coincidences, man. Like this is an old tactic that's been used in the scriptures countless times, man. You set up you take over a country, you set up your own puppet that's going to forward your agenda.
Yeah, they said the Sri Lankan president that they put in there, he's part of the World Economic Forum.
Okay, damn, see, you know what I'm saying? And that's the spirit too, because somebody was mentioning in the video that they was like, man, who the hell are these people, man? The people of the World Economic Forum, like I literally where they come from, man. These people, when you pay attention to them forums, they got control over the whole the way mankind is being they got control and they dictate the pace and where humanity is going, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's how you know this place home all over again, because that's the same thing that happened, when you said the age of the 11th chapter with the 12 seasons. They was all in the scramble, fighting for power. They was all in the scramble, fighting for power, and they had a thousand states as well, getting control of different thousand states to gain more power, but then whatever empire or reason they had control of, they'd kill each other, snake each other, join in alliance with each other. That's how you know it's Rome all over.
Yeah. A lot of those countries, man, when you study history, they was either strong enough to ward off for themselves, or they had to make that alliance, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the same thing that happened today. That's why Scripture says nothing new, man.
This is Revelation 17.
Unless you want to get the building.
I did. I kind of wanted to. All right, I mean, just to show the value. I mean, the transition. Revelation 17 and 11. It says, and the beast that was and is not, even he is the eighth, and is of the seventh, and goeth into perdition. And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. These have one mind, and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. And so for the point in time, we have America, all these different countries that Americans allied with. Okay, America's that 8 that came out of the 7. So you had a point where it was a strong bond, right? You kind of question, with these different countries like Russia, because they formed NATO. They formed NATO to go against Russia. All right, after World War II. So, but now they're starting anybody in because Russia talk about it all the time. I mean, Russia, Vladimir Putin talk about it all the time. He talk about the West is weak. You know what I'm saying? They beat, man. He be saying shit, man. He be keeping it G, man. Even Trump though, sometimes Trump will say certain shit. He's like, you know what I'm saying? But the point is that they're saying it, showing you that if they're saying it, obviously it's probably way weaker than we think. Because they're not gonna, they don't do things in our eyes, and we don't see it until it's like years later or months later after the fact, man. So by the time we see it, it's like we're trying to catch up to it, but it's already been happening, man. So if you jump down to 16, then the 10 horns, which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire.
That's the prophecy, man. You know what I'm saying? Bring that part back.
Revelation 17 and 16, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire.
Right, the 10 horns, which today we know you got the biblical names, you know what I'm saying? Brothers should know what they are, you know what I'm saying? Then you got the modern names they go under. You know what I'm saying? But now those 10 horns are now up to about 27, 28 countries, man. You know what I'm saying? Under what?
Black blessing he had grew.
Yeah.
He had the blessing to have, but the fatness of the earth, and it grew.
Yep.
As as now he's gaining more and more power, that blessing grew. Now,
Yeah.
Two more countries just allowed it too.
Did they align or did they Finland and then did they merge yet? I know they still trying to get
Yeah, I think it was I saw an article, it was like different. One article was saying something else, and another article said it did. So
double check that. But basically, like throughout the years, you had, like I said, those 10 horns, which today is we mentioned earlier how you got Russia and then you got Germany. Germany is part of the EU. Germany is part of those horns that we mentioned. Italy is part of those horns. You know what I'm saying? France is part of those horns. And we just mentioned those are some of the main countries that get gas from Russia. So they're part of the EU, right? So if they're part of the EU and then Russia is talking about cutting gas off to those countries, which is part of the beast, what do you think is gonna happen, man? Right. It's gonna build tension, man. Cause they gonna come to big bad America. You know what I'm saying?
ask for help.
Yeah, ask for help, man.
He saw being the devil that what is he gonna do? He gonna do something that's gonna be off.
Yeah.
He gonna either try to make a covenant with him and not gonna back up his covenant, or he just gonna say altogether, fuck y'all.
Yeah, but see the funny thing about it, like these treaties and when those member states join or member countries, when they join the beast, like they got contracts within them. So a lot of it mainly is military back. You know what I'm saying? Back in the military and aid. You know what I'm saying? So let's say if something happened to this particular country, look, we had an agreement that you was gonna help me if my country gets invaded or if I need some type of aid. That's even the Ukraine situation. That's why Putin wasn't having that shit. That's why a lot of them niggas over there now, man. Putin was like, look, man, because America was trying to get Ukraine to join NATO, man. And then Putin was like, oh hell no, man. He like, fuck that, man.
because that's like also in the back door of Russia, man.
Yeah.
It's a low land.
Elder Malcolm made a good point. He used this comparison. He like that's like you have your enemies in your backyard and you know what I'm saying. He was like, nah, bro, y'all niggas before they even get to the backyard, you like, man, y'all too fucking strong.
It ain't really
hard. What you saying, y'all son?
I was gonna say, it got to do with Ukraine once upon a time being joined under Russia, but it ain't really all that. It's really like you said, being that they trying to join the NATO.
Yeah,
like you said, NATO was created to combat Russia.
Because you got NATO surrounding everything around Ukraine. Right. So you get Ukraine too. Russia like, man, hell no.
Yeah, basically, like that would be a huge advantage, like territory-wise. That'd be like a huge advancement for America. And then they have a good geographical area to start setting up shop, putting up military bases, garrisons. They like, man, nah, bro.
And the thing is, this people don't realize how serious this war is.
Yeah,
like if you go into like people like full Bible and certain Edomites that following this shit, they talking about this war is gonna last. You know what I mean? Like I did a video on when it first started. Putin's government, the Russian government, basically sided with him. They say wherever you take the army, they with it. So like you know what I mean? So he has the backing of their government. So if they end up in Jerusalem, then what the fuck it is? You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. This is why this is an ongoing thing, man. Because really, like I said, you gotta keep track of this shit, man. That's why it might seem like it's taking so long, man. Because it's little skirmishes and little things that happen within the loop. And if you don't pay attention, you can just think nothing ain't happening. You're like, man, ain't nothing happening, man. Lord, take forever. You know what I'm saying? The Pastor mentioned that. I said a lot of brothers fall out because you stop keeping up. Basically, I'm not talking verbatim. It was like you basically stop keeping up the prophecy, man. You know?
The thing is, you're watching, so it's always from the watch.
It's always something, bro. It's like
I'm saying about it, when the shit really should be hypocritical, late, to the judgment.
Yeah,
this
man.
is the crazy period of time now to get yourself right. When shit really start hitting to where the average person can tell, it's already too late. It's gonna be moving fast too. Like, that's just like the brother brought out about how in Revelation 17 he said like how things basically like with the food situation. When we run out of food, it's gonna be food over with. You know what I'm saying? Because it's already happening now. You gotta remember, it was years prior where they had droughts and all this old shit where it fucked up crops. Like we're really like maintaining off of last year's and the year before. Ooh, so this year,
yeah, because you got countries got reserves, man. You know what I'm saying? Like it's even with the gas going down there in Germany. Like I was reading an article, like countries, like basically each country keeps certain reserves of damn near like everything. You know what I'm saying? But with like with food, grain, shit like that, you got something called gardeners, grainers. You know what I'm saying? It's mentioned in scriptures. Basically, like a grainer is like a big it's like a big thing we store like grain and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Granary.
Yeah, granary. No, wow, that's the word. Granaries. Each country got their own granaries. You know what I'm saying? Where they store a certain amount of seeds and, you know what I'm saying, grain and all that. Country got their own supply of gas. You know what I'm saying? Weaponry, just like the whole nine. Like anything to stay in the country, get oil. Like America, you hear about that? Like America got a lot of oil reserves, man.
They just use it.
Yeah,
to keep the price, check the price. And people so stupid, you know, they crying about the gas prices and whatnot. They didn't use their reserve to shut the fucking people up. And then that's why when everything go up, they're not gonna be able to do it. And then they're not opening that pipeline that you could be actually using, but they're doing it because it's all strategic. Like y'all just said, they want people. Basically, they want you low so you can just submit. You know what I mean?
Like,
On a low level, when you go to the grocery store, you see it because like the things is really outdated. Milk got 2 weeks left for the expiration date. Bread, shit like that. It ain't like 6 months to next year no more. A couple years ago, you could go and buy some bread and said the expiration date 2030. Now you buy bread, you got like 2 weeks. Not just that though, like I've been buying bell peppers and a lot like 3 in effect. And I'll use one and one you already, like you said, they should already old. They just buying a whole pack of strawberries, and as soon as I get to the house, they old. They look good. In the store. Strawberries I bought like last week. 2 bitches out, man. Yeah, shit gone. Yeah, and I survived in 1 or 2 days, man. So famine is here, man. You know what I'm saying?
I have some real quick. This is Google search. Say Treaty of Rome. The Treaty of Rome, or ECC treaty, brought upon the creation of the European Economic Community, the best known of the European communities. The treaty was signed on March 25th, 1957 by Belgium, France, Italy, Luxembourg, the Netherlands, and West Germany, and it came into force on January 1st, 1958. So that Treaty of Rome is what created those European nations that has expanded now. It all started with that Treaty of Rome, the Euro atom or Euro atomic treaty and all that shit.
So I say really, the European Union countries, they was already here. You know
They was already here, but when they allied with
remember they had the biblical names. You know what I'm saying? They were under, you know what I'm saying? They were that's what states under home. You know what I'm saying? So they were already here. It was just that one that you're reading about it more so like brought in integrated more. It brought in more member states and shit. You know what I'm saying?
I got what you wanted about, looked it up about the Finland and Sweden thing. It says this posted 25 days ago. It says Finland and Sweden signed to join NATO but need ratification. It gets to the point. It says the protocol means Zelensky and Stockholm can participate in NATO meetings and have greater access to intelligence, but will not be protected by the NATO defense clause that an attack on one ally is an attack against all until ratification that is likely to take up to 1 year. So basically, they're part of it, but not officially part of it.
Yeah, that's what I thought they was trying to join. Because like I think that's what you said about the years, right? They were you are trying to join NATO. It's a certain duration that it takes for you to so you know what I mean to join. You know what I'm saying? You gotta like certain process you gotta fill out, like the whole application process and that shit. And then I think they vote on it. It's a long process, bro. Yeah, but you don't just like soon as you're a member state you want to join, you don't just it don't immediately happen. That shit takes some time. Which makes sense by saying like yeah. Busy in the process of one, right? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we in them times, man. You know what I'm saying? We in them times, man. Like I said, it's just like I said, being a watchman, man, sometimes you get weary. You know what I'm saying? Let's say you're a physical watchman, like on a tower in Angel World, you might be nodding off, you don't see no action, you just sit there, you know what I'm saying? And then you might at times be seeing motherfuckers come in, now you on alert, you're like, oh shit, what's going on, man? So it's
they gotta be the same every day, man. You know what I'm saying? Like they gotta have the same integrity of watching every day, man. That's heavy, bro. You know what I'm saying? So a watchman maintains the same integrity every single day, man. That's how we are. We gotta remain the same integrity every day, so that that one moment you fall asleep, here comes trouble, man. We gotta stay focused every single time, man. You know what I'm saying?
First Peter 5:8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walking about, seeking whom he may devour.
yeah, so now does that mean physically? No, you know what I'm saying? Being sober-minded is basically, you know what I'm saying, you being observant. And then too, when you go into that word sober-minded, it also goes into the word it says being dispassionate. And dispassionate means like not being emotionally involved, man. You know what I'm saying? So you as a watchman, you gotta be dispassionate for this world, man. You can't be emotionally involved in this shit, man. One, because it's temporary, man. That's first and foremost. And then outside of the brotherhood, man, no relationship that you have with people, whether it be a woman or a family member or a close friend that's a part of this world, it's even if, like, let's say, because it can be sincere in their mind, you know what I'm saying? So I'm the person I want to say that they can be sincere, but they got the possibility of fucking trading on you, man, and just saying fuck you, man, because they're a part of this world, man. When you're a part of this world, man, you have a certain affection for it. You know what I'm saying? Like us, be like, man, fuck this place, man. People trying to build, like you have people in this world that you care for in this world, family members, women that's still trying to make it here. You know what I'm saying? That's still trying to build, have a career, and still trying to afford themselves. Or maybe you get a house down the line 10 years. Man, fuck that, man.
Who would really hang with somebody that's running out? You'll be like, man, I'm just on fire. I'm not about to run to the house and grab the house.
Right, that you can't be in that Lot wife spirit, man. Lot wife, she, you know what I mean? She wanted to go back, man. You know what I mean? That's why you can't look back, man. It's fuck this place, man. Bro, that's why it's just like you have to convince your mind, man. Because you can be up there all day with the next brother and the end, man. On the story, and then go home. You really want to still be here, man. And like it's the hell with this place, man. This place it needs to be destroyed, man. And ain't nothing that the real men of the Lord and sincere brothers gonna do to change that, man. Yeah, you ain't fit, man. Yeah.
You might think of something. I'm thinking of the elder, but you know the elder. Any man is in the very. I mean, ain't nothing wrong. We gotta live our day to day, so we gotta work. But any man, I think it was the elder, but somebody said like, any man should have been talking about 10 years ago. You start to bid. Yeah, right. You get away from that man.
Run away. Look at that man sideways, man. You got a brother, you know what I'm saying? Here it is on the line. You know, man, story. Man, I go to 10 years, bro. Man, I'm like, man, what are you talking about, man? Ain't no 10 years, man. Ain't no 10 years, bro. I told this brother, like, I think, bro, it's 6 months to a year at most, man. At most, man. And I'm really gonna try to look that far, man. It's really day by day, man. At the most, it's probably like, all right, maybe 6 months to a year, shit might still be going on. But I don't look 5 years down the line and all the other shit.
It happened just this winter because all they do They ask questions on it. That's a fact. Like, I want to ask you all up. But this is scripture talking about the world and not of the world. It's First John chapter 2, starting verse 15, and it reads, "Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. Any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him."
Right. If I can say so on that for you, got it. Because you can be a person that's in the truth and you can start to love the world. I mean, in other words, like you start to you might be at a job or whatever, making Lord might have you make a decent amount of money, you really trying to establish yourself here and make it, and maybe 10 years from now, like I say, I can get this job and I can have this going, I can travel here. Like, nah, man, you can't love this world, man. You have to have an extreme hatred for this place, man.
That's why the Lord bring us through hell like that, man. To keep us in that spirit to say fuck this place. And at the same time, to basically justify how he about to judge this world too.
Yeah,
This shit is prison. For the whole nation of Israel, this shit is not right.
yeah. And you can't in prison, you can't do whatever the hell you want. You know what I'm saying? Just like here in Babylon, it's just a big ass system. You know what I'm saying? Try to go fishing. You know, yeah, man, I'm thinking I should go fishing. You know what I mean? I'm catching like bass. Get your ass out there.
That's a federal. That's a federal.
Yeah, I ain't gonna maybe I'm thinking about going to Jamaica, man. You know what I'm saying? You go to Jamaica and so where's your passport? Passport? They don't need no passport, they gonna lock your ass up, man. You see what you said? Yeah, bro, this is what I'm saying. Like this is a prison, bro. You want to go somewhere, just go.
You know, you think of something like the park, the public park.
Yeah. And you know, after a certain time, it's like you might be at the lake. You know what I'm saying? And then it says after sundown, all residents must go, or whatever the fucking case is. You might want to stay there a little longer. Police pull up on your ass, they gonna throw you in that fucking paddy wagon, man. Or tell you to get the hell out of here, man.
Verse 16. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world. Verse 17. And the world passeth away, the lust thereof, but he that doeth the will of Yahweh, Hashem Yahushua, abideth forever.
Right. The scripture says in Revelation, it says, the works will follow. So in other words, that's why I should say that the prophets, the Sunday to the prophets. So the works following us is in our each and every incarnation. You know what I'm saying? You was putting in work for the Lord back in the ancient world. Guess what? More than likely, the Lord gave spirit down to do the same thing, man. And if you was a man of integrity in your ancient world, more than likely you is now, man. If you was a whole ass nigga in the ancient world, more than likely you a whole ass nigga now, man. We got them, man. They going to 2/3, man. That's a group full of whole ass niggas, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. We have read First Peter, just that word sober. It says to be sober, with D 3, 5, 4. It says to be sober, to be calm and collected in the spirit, to be temperate, is passionate, circumspect. We go to the Psalms. It says, so stand for mind, we just be sober.
Right now, I'm going to that word. I was making mention earlier. Someone said being so minded. Let's see, brother from Mississippi. Yeah, Ayashamata. That's like that. I keep forgetting my man's name. Ayashamata. He goes to that word sober-minded and then he goes to that word dispassionate. Let's see what it says, man.
This is dispassionate. It says not influenced by strong emotion. Is so able to be rational and impartial.
Yeah, you're not influenced by strong emotion, man. You're real rational on how you think, man. So you don't got like strong emotional ties with people that's not in the circle, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, look, man, and that's how I know that. Because if it's a man, family member die of mine, man, it's like, hey, man, it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, some brothers might be a little more sensitive about that subject. But to me, it's fucking niggas, man. They're part of the world and they want this place to continue, man. So look, and like the quote brother Murphy, he like, man, that ain't my family, man. Them just niggas that's related to me, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, that's just a nigga that's related to me, man. Whether it's a woman or a man, You know what I'm saying? Now for your parents, it's that different, man. But if cousins and all that shit, man, fuck them, man.
And real talk, you can like it's a situation in the world like it happened Friday morning at my job. This day, this work with in factory setting or whatever. So he got a 30-degree burn all over his chest. It's hot water. And you gotta remember, like, I gotta remember I'm in the world like don't think like that. So everybody was like, I was like, yeah, you got burned and shit. I wasn't thinking about it. Man, it's horrible. I have to make that. Yeah, I was like, right. I'm fine. I thought that's
Hey, right, you like fucking, man. You know what I'm saying? Now you ain't wicked if you feel for, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just saying, some brothers got different spirit, bro. To me, it's fucking, man. Yeah, you might have the shit might happen like that, you might try to help, but it's fucking, man.
The thing is, the brothers are more compassionate to one another.
Right, hey, that's
The world, you know, like I said, the Lord got a system for the brothers want to laugh. I mean, the Lord put his hand on the brothers, because the Lord said, yeah. I think the Lord actually working the work because you gotta remember what we're about to see. Like our minds ain't fully wrapped around what we're about to see.
Yeah.
So like, you about to see, you gonna see babies dead on the ground. You gonna see a nigga woman gonna eat her fucking kids.
Yeah,
you know,
man.
like, look at these niggas.
Yeah.
You don't really think that's possible?
Bro, no, it's gonna happen. That's why you got a heart. Like we ain't out here talking, man. You got a heart in your mind, man. So when you see a motherfucker die, man, if it's a brothers, man, or a believer, you gotta say fuck them, man. Because we gonna enter them time with the brothers y'all stop going into where you might see a motherfucker getting they fucking stomach ate out by a damn wild animal, man, or a nigga getting beheaded, man. We just gonna oh God. Man, look, man, you better. The Lord called the soldiers, man. You better man the hell up, man. You know what I'm saying? Right, man. You gotta let the Lord judge that nigga. Fuck him, man.
And we showing you that these niggas they don't think the same about the they don't really give a fuck about the person anyway. And they just when you go to the word hypocrite, it just means to act. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And you go to Isaiah 23, 14, it says, look, fearfulness has surprised the hypocrite. So these niggas out there,
They don't love each other.
come on, man.
It's just like you buy your favorite actor, the nigga or the rapper, the nigga win an award. You know what I mean? For best album, yeah, I like to thank all my fans. I love y'all. No, you don't, man. Nigga, you love them because they gave you money, man. And they put money in your pocket, they go to your shows, man. You don't truly love them, man. You know what I'm saying? All that shit is fake, man. Yeah, you ain't gonna break bread, none of them niggas. What you gonna do as a selfish person you is, you gonna slide through the hood that fan on that shit on that ground. You don't give a damn about those niggas, man. Because if you did, this nigga brag about I done paid I paid $1 million for the watch. I done paid $500 for the car. Well, why you ain't take that money and invest to your so-called hood and help, man? Yeah, right. And that's the same thing. Ain't that some shit? Them niggas is hypocrites, man. That's why. See, this is why we say fuck the niggas, man. It's all an act, man.
Not just that, like you said, that people not come off topic.
Yeah.
Most people celebrities, they come on the spot. Like I know a female in the world who worked at the gas station with Ron. I mean, they worked for anyway, lost her son. Like, man, him, that motherfucker wasn't humble and humble. He was motherfucking arrogant. He's an arrogant dude. You gotta remember, he was grown at a young age. You think he was shit. You know what I mean?
And they call him Blue Baby LeBron. That nigga been bought and paid for when he came to the league, man. Because you read the story on him like he was offered they gave him a Hummer.
Grown from a child.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, man. Like they didn't fuck that nigga out years ago, bro. It's just like the rest of them.
If you pay attention to him, that nigga really believe it. He really is going for that shit. He might talk against America and all make all these things. But that nigga isn't ready because if you pay attention every time he plays games, he rubs his chest and shit. Because he got that fan person chest. So they serve him God, bro.
Yeah.
He's a billionaire now. How you pay time, bro?
Yeah.
It's like they got this shit censored on social media. Bro, this nigga Chris Brown charging niggas $1,000 just to take a picture with him. If you was really with your fans a picture, why can't you do that for free? You know what I'm
They
saying?
don't care, man. It's all an act. You know what I'm saying?
Like I appreciate you. Isaiah 2 verse 6, it says, I said, watch for the come by laws, but shall never hold their peace day nor night. They that make mention of the Lord, keep not silent, and give them no rest, and establish, and make Jerusalem a praise and curse.
This is why you gotta continue to be a watchman, man. You gotta get a Lord no rest, man. You gotta constantly offer up those sacrifices, which we're not doing is physically, it's a spiritual sacrifice. Coming out here week in, week out, doing videos, paying attention, taking down notes. You know what I'm saying? That's all sacrifice, man. Helping brothers throughout your week, you know what I'm saying? That's all the sacrifice, man. He set you up as a watchman, man. That's your job, man. Stop complaining, man. But it says now the word watchman tomorrow. It says to keep guard, observe, and eat. It says to keep watch, protect, and save life. And we went to that earlier about this doctrine can save your life, man. You know, and then not only your life, but then that here. Yeah, that's the spirit. Because brother Tom Guy brought that out at the study a couple days ago. You know what I'm saying? Because Adam, Adam was made, he was made, you know what I'm saying? The watch, you know what I'm saying? Of the whole world. You're supposed to keep it and govern it and basically establish the law, statutes, and commandments on the world, in the world, man. Like how you got Esau, Edom, he enforced his way on other people, right? Us as Israelites, right, we supposed to combat that. And it's already in brother spirit, man. We like, man, we had the power, we would be doing this stuff. We would enforce in your spirit right now, I want to take action. Watching the guard, it makes you think about the responsible leaders because they guard the spirits and they tell the certain they stay away from this book where they just looking good. Okay, I'm telling you about the laws and commandments on Jake Rocket Beers. That's why Scripture said they take watching the souls, man. Like the elders and brothers that's over you, like you gotta look at that as like, all right, they help watching your soul, help you keep it, man. Okay, I'll bring that up back.
Yeah, Genesis 2:15, and the Lord power took the man and put him into the Garden of Eden to dress it and to keep it. You know, talking about guard, covenant. You go to that word dress it. It goes to like ruling over the world, reigning on, you know, the world, protect, keep covenant. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like to say and it says keep it. You go to that word cover. They say to watch. You know, so Adam was putting him to govern the world.
Yeah, because I brought it up last week, but I wish anybody got a comment on it. Yeah, okay, I can't. Look up the word priest, and then I believe the word captain in there as well. Okay, look up the word priest, you got to skip through it. And try to work there first. Yeah, but it's in there, you know what I'm saying?
So find generating on the word priest.
Yeah, find the word captain. If it's in there, if it's not, it's going to be in the word priest. I know it's either in that one or the dictionary. But basically, going to it, the priests were set up as janitors. Because you think of a janitor right now, like you think of like you think like well, that's part of the priest was too. Because they was going to janitors, but you think of somebody just open and close the doors, and you know what I'm saying, and just sweep the floor. Like no, a janitor, look at the biblical term. The priests were known as janitors. And I'm saying they give a broader definition. There was light incense. There was doing things with that for the keeping certain high holy days, helping to guide the people, keeping up with temple maintenance and shit like that. Yeah. Yeah. So the priests, they were high. Like I said, you think of a janitor now, you don't think of it in those terms, but it's literally the priests were known as janitors. Look up the word priest. Like I said, it's either in here or the part one.
That's why you have the Levites. You have the Levites who tribe that held that priesthood. You go to the Hebrew word for Levite, volume, which is joined to me. That it was joined by the keeping of the law. You know, the intricate, tedious works that they had to do within the temple, certain garments they had to wear, the way they had to, basically make atonement for the nation of Israel and themselves. It was a certain order they had to do it. It's Luke chapter 21, verse 36. Watch ye therefore and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass and to stand before the Son of Man. So watch, like the Paul brought the definition. All right, Shabar is to protect, keep guard. That's what you do as the man of the Lord. You come to the truth by way of coming out here, warning the people, and by staying on your feet, through your daily feet, pray without ceasing, pray always. right? That we may be accounted worthy to escape these things that's about to come. But if we're in the know of the things that's about to happen in the future, we're supposed to warn the people to get the blood off our hands, right? And we're warning the people not only and we're measuring the times not only to warn the people, but to keep ourselves in proper check with the Most High. So when these things do come to pass, that we could be saved as well. We're not just out here, for the elect to compel the elect. We out here for our own salvation as well.
Prayer is another way to speed up time. Brother talking about the article, talking about the days are getting faster and stuff. It said, give the Lord no rest until we make music, praise, and praise. That's what we're doing this for, man. To make music, praise, and praise. You know what I'm saying? We talk about the captivity prison. When we're in prison, man, we don't get to Jerusalem getting no praise. You know what I'm saying? So we giving the Lord no rest. By coming out on the weekend, we out doing a video preaching daily, praying, fasting, daily sacrifices, and obedience, man. That's how we speed up the time. That's why you see all this shit happening.
This is 1 Timothy chapter 4 and 16. Take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine, continue in them who are doing this, thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee.
So take heed unto yourself, which means you constantly examining yourself, constantly making sure you're on point with what you're doing. You're going to save yourself and your household, because if the Lord dealing with you, your household can be saved just by them being in that same family line. Just like how he saved Noah. He saved Noah's sons through Noah because Noah was committing righteous works for the Lord. So today you got the elect. Lord, when we be those men, we're spiritual Noahs, man. We're taking heed into ourselves, making sure the things that we're doing is on point with the Heavenly Father, that our relationship is not slacking with the Heavenly Father, so that we can be saved and potentially our household can be saved as well.
Yeah, that's why it's important, like, the word, man. I said, the Lord can brother kill us, man. Yeah, you see, we do it all the time. We read articles, we see on the news, motherfuckers getting judged. But you gotta think, man, Lord can judge, man. You gotta be me, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta think like that, man. That's why I should say you gotta fear the Lord, man. Because the Lord can kill you, man. You know what I'm saying? In a real crucial way, man. And it don't gotta be now. You know what I'm saying? That's the crazy part about it. The Lord can, man. Yeah, bro, you can act like shit.
I got one more. 2 Thessalonians chapter 3, verse 13. But ye brethren, be not weary in well doing. So you can't grow, impatient, can't grow weak. You can't be faint when it comes to this ministry and doing the things that's supposed to be done in order salvation to come. The scriptures say, Ecclesiastes 12:13, fear Yahweh Shem Yahushua. The whole conclusion is to fear Yahweh Shem Yahushua and to keep the commandments, man. Those that faith in the day of adversity, that's small. Your faith is over. Your faith is small because that's your strength and the truth is your faith. Your faith is small. If you faint, you get weary in that day of adversity. You should put the camera there.
Like you, my brother always say, it's a highlight my week, bro. Like a boy, you always say you always be like, I can't wait to start being Clark King and you see bro. I can't wait for this breakfast.
Man. Bro. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, this side, you gotta hide before, man. You might have, your how much shot chain on you. You gotta kind of tuck it because you don't want them to act like what you meant to. You know what I'm saying? Man. Like this, you gotta make it, man. This sometimes come out.
Sometimes just come out, somebody say something off the block. And then we start speaking Hebrew. So I'm happy you're praying over your phone.
Like, you know what I'm saying? They don't understand. Like, in our spirit, we want to serve the Lord. You know what I'm saying? You can't really do it inside fully, like the way you really want to.
Like, in the flesh, so you fall short, you know what I'm saying? This is Luke, first chapter. It says, Luke 1, verse 68. It says, blessed be the Lord, Yahweh Shai, God of Israel. He had visited and redeemed his people. He had raised up the horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David, as the Lord is doing right now. It says, as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which I did since the world began, that we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all their haters, to perform the mercy promised to our fathers, and to remember his holy covenant, come forth from the oath, the swear from our father Abraham, that he would grant unto us that we being delivered out of the hand of our enemies, might serve him without fear.
Oh, damn, that's the spirit, bro. Like, look, before you got to that, when you got to that, before you got to that, I told the brother to hold that, man. That's all, bro. Serve without fear, man. And no, I just gonna say that's beautiful, man. Like how the spirit works, man. Cause I was literally looking for that precept, bro. Right, you know what I'm saying? I had to forget it, and that's important, man. You want to serve the Lord without fear, man. Because remember during the time of the, not just that time, but mainly during the time of the Maccabees, that you had to run and hide, and you had to circumcise. So women had to circumcise the baby. You know what I'm saying? Like below. You know what I'm saying? Secret had to do things like they had to keep the high holidays a secret, and then you would found the Sabbath and all the high holidays you killed. So basically, they would serve the Lord, but in fear. And this society, you gotta serve the Lord in fear, man. Man, you don't think them select a lot of them studies know that they're Israelites, man. But they can't just come out and say it, man. You can't remember what they did. They got checked that person. Yeah, you got bitched up, you got checked, man. Just like a lot of them other jakes, man. And that's a like that, like man, bro. That is, I don't know how they live with themselves, bro. As men, and you walking around proclaiming you this, you that. I'm you know what I'm saying? I'm a man, and but meanwhile you go behind doors, you doing all type of abominable things, man. Yeah, man.
So again, just gonna show you why this proving grounds right now. The Lord looking for those men who keep their integrity regardless.
Yeah, man.
Regardless of what say, I don't care if my family look at me down on me for doing this. I don't care.
You can't care.
Real talk, I'm with how much you outside.
And that's the thing. You gotta choose a side, man. Like Joshua said, man. You gotta choose a side, man. Most people they choose this world, man. You know.
This is 2 Ezra 2:36. Leave the shadow of this world. Receive the joyfulness of your glory. I testify my Savior openly. You know, and that's what we're doing, man. Because the brothers, we got to serve the Lord in a serious sense. But the Lord God is where the times we're moving into is the time of judgment. So He has His prophets out here openly testifying His word, man. You know, being a witness. Okay, we go to that word witness, testify, the spirit of the Lord, prophecy. It's all the same thing, man. Okay, and he has an honor of proclaiming liberty to the captives, man. Okay, because the Christian church is not doing that, man. They're not proclaiming liberty to the captives. They're keeping you involved in the captivity, man.
I was gonna make a point, man. And you know, it's funny about what you said. A lot of our people they institutionalized, so you got niggas that want to stay here. You know what I mean? Like you trying to, you said you preaching liberty to the captive, right? Isaiah 1. We're preaching liberty to the captive. You say like, look, man, the Lord about to get us out of here. We're about to be free. You got a lot of 2/3. They're like, man, I want to stay here, man. I like this prison, man.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna preach living in cabins. We do that boldly, man. You can say, righteousness and great bonus. Like, we talking about Nick Cannon, man. They even sat me down for a camera in front of me. I'm gonna tell you everything. Yeah, man. You might I'm the biggest mind blow. I'm gonna take what you know. God.
That's how you know that's going to fuck up better than ad shows and checks come out with the truth. It's like
HOI, IUIC. You ain't gonna never see the apostles on a TV show because they're gonna tell it how the fuck it is.
Yeah, they
But the Edomite, people going to slavery.
it's growing up future. Like I remember General Yohana years ago, he put that video, he's like, we don't hate white people, but God. Yeah.
Like, I mean, you know, on the course of the Lord.
Because it's like, you supposed to hate. They say hate wickedness with heathen. Yeah, right there go right. Right. So it's not Esau be wicked. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
This was Psalm 21. It says, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors.
The whole group of Bible can't do that, man. They are all lying, man. They don't want to stand up against Satan, man. Because they can't do it, man. A lot of Jake know that Esau Edom is the enemy, man. They know that he's the devil. They know the person he's going to be serving. They know what the person they hold line though, man. They don't want to fight back. They're scared to lose their little things they got, man. Yeah,
Their mind is destroyed by the little things that the enemy has given them.
Yep.
They don't really got faith in how about God. See, that's really what inspires us to go, man. Because we don't understand the power that's back. So like, look, I don't feel my own faith on this gun, man. But that's not because of me. It's not because I'm so far good. I don't even how much I'm God. Yeah, because I was ready. I testify my Savior openly. We believe in the house of God, man.
And see, this is the thing. Like, you gotta remember, who had the power over death. Yeah, the devil had the power over death. That's what you speak about. So if you fear, don't basically the only thing Esau really got to threaten you with his death. You know what I'm saying? But once you understand the Lord conquered death, you understand that really he can't threaten you with that, man. You know what I'm saying? But see, this is the thing. A lot of our people, they ain't fully unplugged from the society, man. They still in the matrix, man, so to speak.
You know what I'm saying? First Corinthians 3 that last thing conquer is death. You know what I'm saying? So I was not put that under his.
Yeah, he already did it when he was resurrected. Like when Yahushua resurrected, he showed you that death, he beat death. And see, that's exactly what we're going to do in the kingdom. Because this man came back from death, man. You know, I like, you gotta make things understand it, bro. Like that's heavy, bro. You know what I'm saying? He came back from death, bro. So you understood how that process works, man. And the Lord put the spirit back in, came back and
Solomon, he professes to have the knowledge of the Most High, and he called himself the child of the Lord, who was made before our thoughts. And so we profess to have the knowledge of the heavens, right? Okay, and we're confessing that boldly into the face of those who afflicted us. Right? Okay, we are a representation, going back to the name. We are representing Yahweh Bashem outside in this realm right now, man. Until he manifests himself, man. Okay? Until he changes our bodies, etc.
When Yahushua became that sacrificial lamb, he was received to the heavens to sit at the right hand side of the Father. That's when he received his glory in the heavens. But he ain't received his glory on earth yet, man. Because if that's the case, everybody here will be bound and need worshiping, praising his name, man. But that's not the case.
Religion, belief, and I don't want to follow shot. And what we know, Allah, no good, no nothing. But we all, I don't want to follow shot. I got to put it on. Because he was not being weak. So, Yahweh Shah. This is Joshua 24 and 15. Well, 14. Now, therefore, fear the Lord and serve him in sincerity and in truth, and put away the gods which your father served on the other side of the flood. And in Egypt, they served me, Yahweh Shah. And if they seem evil unto you to serve the Lord, choose ye this day whom you will serve. What the gods your father served, or what on the other side of the flood. one of the gods of the Amorites in whose land you dwell, but for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. Yahweh Hashem. Yahweh Hashem.
Right. So it's basically choose a choice, make a choice. Man. Either you're gonna be lukewarm, you know. I mean, so like either you're gonna be hot or cold. You can't be lukewarm. You're gonna serve the gods of this world, the vain idols, the false deities, or you're gonna serve the how about outside, like the brother Mark made mention earlier. First and foremost, you gotta be an Israelite by bloodline anyway. That's the first and foremost mandatory thing. Your bloodline is to trace back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So this is for Israel only, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. The heathens, they just made to serve us. But if you're an Israelite, man, choose who you're gonna serve. And me just giving a testimony, I know a lot of Jakes with that scripture on the wall in their house, but they serve God in this world. They chose the world. They chose to serve themselves. You got most people, they worship their own self. Man.
So, man. This is David, look at 23. David, 23. And 20. Behold, I send an angel before thee to keep thee in the way, and to bring thee into the place which I have prepared. That's why we had Christians see that having today the Lord has died and taken our life, okay, to keep us in our way, so that we can go to that place the Lord has prepared for us, which is the kingdom of heaven, man. It says, 21, beware of him, and obey his voice, provoke him out, for he will not pardon your transgressions, for my name is in him. And the reputation of the Lord, man. And that's the written for the reputation of the Lord. And his name is in us, man. According to the earth, St. John 17, we had to know the names because it brings on that vibration and that reputation, which brings the true doctrine, which is life, right? Which brings what? Salvation. It says, but if thou shalt indeed obey his voice, and do all that I speak, then I will be an enemy unto thine enemies, and an adversary unto thine adversaries. So we're obeying an angel, which is Yahweh Shai, his spirit, man. That will give us we're obeying the spirit from the heavens, man, so that the Lord can be an enemy to our enemies, and an adversary to our adversaries.
Abraham, he was a great example of that. Everywhere he went, you had the heathen basically try to get with his woman, right? And every time Joseph, he would say that's his sister because he feared. He feared they would take his life for his woman. But actually, the Lord was fighting for him the whole time. You know, he put a plague on whoever, heathen, whatever at that time, and they end up, you know, getting mad at you. Why you ain't tell me from the jump that you was, you know, even Joseph too, though. Joseph, he was put in chains, he was locked up down on life, you know, and then the Lord ended up getting him out that jail because he served Yahweh God shot. And our enemies is the Lord. So those who get down with this, you know, those who come to the ministry, that's what the Lord deals with. Like our brothers is the Lord's brothers, and our enemies is the Lord's enemies. And that's a beautiful thing. Because who gonna combat against the Lord? Who's gonna come up against the Lord? When you got the Lord defending you. Can't nobody come up against the Lord.
The Lord fight for you. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is gonna fight for you, man. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly what you always going into, man. You know how much